All right, hello everyone, it's silverkyle, and today we are at the last video of 2020. You have made it. You have survived 2020. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. What an incredibly odd year that completely changed so many norms, things that we took for granted. We are going to remember this year for the rest of our lives. This is such... It changed everything, you know, and it's not done. We are going to continue seeing trends of this for the next few years, if not the rest of our lives. Things that, you know, have changed completely might not ever be reversed back to what they were because of 2020, which in some aspects are definitely negatives by far, but there's probably going to be some positives that come out of this as well, because I know that for me this year, there were some positives as well, but man, a lot of negatives too. So anyway, let's get on with this video, and I thought that this was the perfect video to end the year. Everything I picked up in the last month of 2020. So my haul for December, which included Christmas and all of that. So I hope that you all have a great 2021. Let's hope that it's much better than 2020, and Happy New Year to you all. Let's dive into this. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is the Switch version of New Super Mario Bros. U, and also a new Super Luigi U, which was also on the Wii U, which was kind of like a faster version of the game itself. So, I mean, I've beaten both those games. I really like them. I'm still very happy that we have this on the Wii, on the Wii U, on the Switch. I mean, I picked it up for $50, and you know, normally they're $80 here in Canada. I don't think that charging the full retail price for this was exactly the right way to go, but I mean, it's Nintendo. You know, the value of their games are always set in stone as what they are usually, and very rarely do they ever go down in price. They went down for Black Friday, but anyway, here it is. Very happy to have this. I played the first world of this so far, and it was a blast reliving that, and it's just so chaotic with multiple players. Let's put that there for now. I also got Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I still have not played the first Ori. I have it digitally. I would love to get a physical copy of the first game as well. But I've heard great things about this. Really looking forward to it. Next up is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I've been looking forward to for so long, but I never wanted to pay full retail price. I felt that $80 was a little bit too much, even though it might be exactly what I've always wanted. I've always wanted a third-person story open world Dragon Ball game, and we finally got that with this. I'm really psyched to try this out. I just hope it doesn't disappoint. I'm very apprehensive of it, I guess. Okay, that's all there. I also ended up getting some extra Joy-Con controllers. I went with the blue and red, the classic colors, because my actual Switch are the gray ones. I felt that I had such a hard time at the beginning deciding if I wanted the colors of the gray. The gray just goes well together, and if these were uniform, like two red ones, but then the system itself isn't red. So anyway, I'm still very happy that I have these. Extra Joy-Cons are always a good thing. Now we're going to go into some stuff that I've kind of gone over before. This is in the Incredible Hulk Going Gray, which is Epic Collection Volume 14. I did an overview of this. I'm very happy to have this. This starts right before the Peter David run of Incredible Hulk, so it's the lead-in to that. If you have the Omnibus Volume 1 of Peter David's Incredible Hulk, it leads right into that, which is really nice that we kind of have this now. I also did an overview of Batman, The Rise and Fall of the Batman Omnibus, which is by James Tynion IV. And this includes his entire run. I was actually the first person, I guess, that did an overview of this on YouTube, because Canada, for some reason, because they end up printing DC in Canada, so we end up getting them right away. And we get them a little bit earlier than everyone does in the States, which is kind of cool. But then for a lot of the places that I order from, that I do pre-orders from, that are I get them usually for about half off the cover price in Canada. But they're usually very, very late with Marvel, which is what I'm going to get into in a second here. Next up is The Lord of the Rings on 4K, the entire trilogy. Extended edition. I cannot wait to check this out again. It's either my first or second favorite trilogy of all time. The only other one that might beat it is the Dark Knight trilogy. And it's so hard because The Dark Knight, I feel, ends in such, like, Batman Begins is kind of like good. Then you get The Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises to me are both about equal. I know that a lot of people probably like The Dark Knight more, but to me, Dark Knight Rises ends it so beautifully, and threw me in such a loop. And at the beginning, when I first saw it, I was really mixed about it, but now I just absolutely love it. But anyway, whereas Lord of the Rings, you start off with two bangers instead, with the Fellowship of the Ring, and then The Two Towers, which I think are two phenomenally excellent movies. And then you end it with The Return of the King, which really doesn't hit what I want. So that's why I have such a hard time trying to determine which ones are my favorite. Dark Knight ends it with a bang, whereas this one is kind of a letdown, but this is exactly what I love. I love fantasy settings, and you can't get a better version of this other than maybe Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones, once again, also gives you kind of a letdown when you finally watch the ending of it. The first 4 seasons of that show were excellent, and I would probably even say seasons 5 and 6 are also very good. I think season 6 has one of the better wars that they had that I was really gripped to. So I think that the first 6 seasons of that, but then Tyrion's not as good in season 5 and 6, and then season 7 and 8, and especially 8, just kind of goes off the wall. Still some positives, but oh man. Anyway, Lord of the Rings, very excited to have that. I also got Cyberpunk 2077, which just came out. Still, I've heard so many mixed things about this that it doesn't really play well on Xbox One and PS4, but if you have the maybe Pro or Xbox One X, probably more so the One X, probably plays a little bit better. And then obviously on the Xbox Series and PS5, it would probably be better on there. And finally, PC is where I really should be playing this. So I just haven't had the chance to check it out yet. And I don't know if I want to dive into it just yet, because I've heard so many things so far about it. I'm assuming that they've probably fixed some of the bugs by this point, but I'm going to have to check it out at some point. And now we've got The Incredible Hulk by Peter David Volume 2 Omnibus, which ended up coming out late. This was supposed to come out, was it November that it was supposed to come out in? Or was it October? It can't have been October. I think it was supposed to be November, but because, I don't know, because of 2020, or just where I usually order these, which are indigo.ca, I get them off for half the cover price. Like this, it was $157 in Canada for the cover retail price, and I ended up getting it for $85, and that includes being shipped and taxes as well. Because with taxes at $157, I don't know how many, 13%. I don't know, like 13.6, like another $20. So you'd be at $177 probably, and I ended up getting it for $85. That I can't argue with that. I end up getting the books a few weeks to a month later, but I end up getting these books. The only thing is that sometimes they do run out, which is really unfortunate. And last but not least, very Hulk oriented this time around, which I very much like, is Hulk, World War Hulk, the Omnibus. I do have Planet Hulk as well, so now I have 4 Omnibus from the Hulk. Very happy with that. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I've heard so many good things about this run, and I didn't want to dive into Planet Hulk until I had this, because I knew that as soon as I finished Planet Hulk, I'd want to dive into this. I'm really hoping that, with all the Peter David stuff, that they really keep pushing the Hulk and pushing out a lot of Omnibus from him, because for the longest time, we only had 3 Incredible Hulk Omnibus. We only had World War Hulk, Planet Hulk, and the first run from the 60s when he first showed up, like the first few issues of the Incredible Hulk. So I'm very happy that they're starting to really push out more. I think that there's like another Hulk, but it has more so to do with Red Hulk, an omnibus of that. And I think that that's the only other one that they have that I haven't mentioned before already. So anyway, that's everything I picked up in the month of December. So thank you all for watching. I hope that 2021, once again, is an incredible year for you all. Incredible. I did not mean to do that. It's pun not intended. It just worked out, probably because it was on my mind. And Happy New Year to you all. I'll see you all in the next year. You have been bearded in for the last time in 2020. Beardage!